Hi there, welcome to my channel today. I'm Becca and today we're going to be doing a yoga flow designed around the full moon. So the full moon is a time of high energy, but it's also a time for releasing. So today's practice is going to be a mixture of high energy flows through certain postures, not holding them as long, and also a mixture of holding postures for a bit longer, more stretches, letting more of a release happen in our bodies. So at the time that I'm filming this, there is a full moon tomorrow, the 28th of March 2021, but whenever you're watching this, if there's a full moon, you can do this flow. You can do it at any full moon, anytime. So let's get started. So we'll find a comfortable seated position and just let our hands rest on the body, somewhere comfortable. Let your shoulders relax and just let your breath flow with ease. And just really start to focus on your breathing here. Noticing ourselves practicing dharana, concentration, our sixth yoga limb, just by concentrating on your breath and trying to keep the focus there. Feeling the chest rise and fall. And noticing what kind of energy you feel right now. This might depend on what sign the current full moon is in, astrological sign. This might be dependent on the week you've had, the month you've had. Just simply sit with how you feel right now, no matter how it is. Even if you don't feel good. Practicing one of our yamas in the first limb of yoga, satya, truthfulness, as we sit here and just be completely and fully ourselves. Notice if you feel any slight bouts of energy from this full moon. You might notice yourself feeling a little more energized over the last few days as the moon has started to wax. Or if you're practicing this just after the full moon and it's starting to wane, you might start to feel your energy ease. And from here we'll take a few rounds of our Dirga Swasam Pranayama, our full yoga breath. So take a nice deep breath in and we'll fill the tummy, fill the chest, take a lift into the collarbones. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your tummy, release the breath. And again we come to inhale, fill the tummy, fill the chest. Lift into the collarbones. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your tummy, and let that breath go. And just one more time like that. Nice deep breath in, fill the tummy, fill the chest. Lift into the collarbones, 3-part breath. And exhale, let it go. Empty the chest, empty the tummy. Lovely, and we're going to start by moving on to our hands and knees. So if you're sitting on some support, just taking that and moving out of the way. And then moving ourselves onto the hands and knees. So lining yourself up here, your shoulders are in line with your wrists, your hips are above your knees. And like I said, the first kind of part of this practice is going to be more flowy, more energetic. So we're actually going to take a flowing version of cat-cow today. So on your inhale, we're going to reach for the ceiling, come up onto the knees. On the exhale, we're going to come into cat pose, so drop your hands down, lift your shoulders, drop your head. Inhale, drop your tummy, arch your back, gaze forwards, and exhale, head back to child's pose. And just keep going through this as fast or as slow as you want. So inhale, the arms up, reach. Exhale, the hands down, lift the shoulders, drop the head. Inhale, drop your tummy, arch your back for cow pose. Exhale, head back to child's pose. And just keep going with this flow. Again, depending on what your energy is like right now, you might want to do this faster, you might want to do this slower. Just be with yourself. Practice with how you feel. And notice the energy start to build up here. We'll take one more. Inhaling up and reaching. Exhaling to cat pose. Inhaling to cow pose. Exhale, child's pose. And just go ahead and stay there for a few breaths. And then we're gently lifting the head. Move into our hands and knees. And getting ready to take a half balance and table sequence from here. So we're coming into a bit of a balance here. You can do this just moving the leg through rather than having the hands and legs moving at the same time. But if you're wanting to come into the full version of the flow, we're just taking our right leg back behind us and our left arm forward. Come into balance. And then we're exhaling, bringing the elbow and the knee in towards each other. They don't have to touch, just reaching them as if they were going to. Inhale out, take a reach, nice straight line with the body. Exhale, elbow to knee, hold. Do two more on this side, reach out, hold, breathe. Exhale, elbow to knee, drop your head. And then release. And come into our opposite side now, always balancing it out, taking our left leg back and our right arm forward. Remember, you can keep your hands down and just move with the leg. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, elbow to knee. And two more times. Inhale, reach out, balance. Exhale, moving in, hold in. One more, inhale to come out. And then exhale, bringing it in. And then release. Come back to your hands and knees. And from here, we're going to take a flow in and out of downward facing dog. So from your hands and knees, start to press into your hands, spread your fingertips wide, tuck your toes and lift up and back as we find downward facing dog. So finding your breath here, just holding this for a moment, taking some gentle flowing movements if you want to. And then we're exhaling back down to hands and knees, and then just heading straight back to a child's pose. And then just coming up again, we're going through that just a few more times. So So head back up, downward dog. You can stay in down dog for as long or as little time as you want before moving back down and head into your child's pose. So you don't have to follow me, you can go at your own pace here. And just move through it a few times. Feel movement in the body. And feel that energizing full moon energy moving through your body. Just do one more. Exhale, child's pose. And we'll just take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll gently lift the head, rise up, come forward, and then we're stepping one foot through at a time. Find an Uttanasana pose here, so coming into a forward fold. Soften your knees a little, they don't need to be fully straight, and just let your head relax down, let the hamstrings stretch. Letting the head release down. And then we're slowly going to rise up to standing, so just letting the spine uncurl, vertebra by vertebra as we come to stand up. And then from here, we're going to turn out to face the side of our mats and do 2 rounds of moon salutations. So these are designed to kind of start to calm the body down. They are still quite strong in the legs, but they are not as strong and fast as sun salutations, so they're a different experience. So I hope you enjoy these. So come into stand with the hands together at the heart, same way we do start our sun salutations. And then we're inhaling to reach the arms up, clasp the hands together, and exhale, take a side stretch to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take a side stretch to the left. And inhale, lift up. And then we're stepping our feet out wide. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. We're lowering down into a goddess pose. So nice and strong. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, turning our right toes out, our left toes in. Arms out to shoulder height. And we're exhale, reaching the right hand forward, turning the palm, bringing it inside your right leg to come into Trikonasana. So your arm doesn't have to reach all the way to the ground, it can be anywhere on the leg, as long as your chest is open and your shoulders are in line and you're not dropping towards the mat. Okay, and then we're going to exhale, turn forward, turn to face your front leg, turn the hips as well, step your back leg through so it's a little bit closer to your right. And exhale, fold forward over the right leg, pyramid pose. If you can't reach the ground here, grab onto your leg. Left foot steps back and lowers to the mat. Right knees forward and bent, and we inhale our arms up. Come into Crescent Lunge pose. So if reaching the arm is uncomfortable for any reason, the hands can just come and rest on your knee. And then we're going to switch sides here, so it's up to you how you do this. You can just simply put your hands on the ground and just move round, or you can do it in this fancy way that I'm about to show you. Just lower your hands down to the inside of your right leg, tuck your back toes, lift the back leg, and just start to walk the hands round. And we turn forward, so we're coming to Crescent Lunge now on our left side. So the knees over the ankle, and our arms are inhaling up. And then we just start to go backwards from here. So exhale your hands down, either sides of your left foot. And then back foot is stepping in, folding forward over the left leg for pyramid pose. And then we step our right foot back, turn the toes out, get ready to come back into triangle pose, Uttanasana. Left hand to the inside of your left leg and the right arm reaches up. Inhale, lift. Turn the toes out, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Find our goddess pose. Lovely and strong here. And inhale, straighten. Just gently start to move your feet back together. Inhale, reach up, clasp the hands. Exhale, side stretch to your left. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lovely, so one more round of that. We'll start on our left, we'll end up on our right, and then after that we'll start to get ready for a more calming half of today's practice. So hands at the heart, and we inhale, lift, reach the arms. Exhale, side stretching to the left this time. Inhale, up, and exhale, step your feet wide. Turn the toes, bend the knees, bend the elbows, goddess pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, turn your left toes out, your right toes in, arms out shoulder height. Exhale, reach your left hand out, turn the palm, bring it to the inside of your left leg, and right arm reaches up. And then we're coming to pyramid, so turning forwards to face your left leg, right foot steps in a little bit closer to the left. And we're exhaling to fold over the left leg. Again, if you can't reach your hands to the ground here, grabbing onto your leg. Right leg steps back. We drop our back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. For Crescent Lunge, again bring the hands to rest on the knee if reaching them is uncomfortable for any reason. And then this is where we start to switch sides again. So move into the other side, however you prefer. And moving round so that our right leg is now forward. Our left leg is now behind us. And we're inhaling our arms up. Exhale, lower the hands down and move back for pyramid. So back foot steps through and we fold forward over our right leg. Should be getting a nice hamstring stretch here. Remember to bend the knee if it gets too much. Back foot steps out, toes open to the sides. Right hand comes to the inside of the right leg and we reach the left arm open. Uttanasana pose. Inhaling up. Turning your toes, bend your knees, bend your elbows, find our goddess. Inhale, straighten, bringing your feet back together. Inhaling up, clasp your hands. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lovely, we'll come down, take a little rest in child's pose before we start our slightly more releasing section of our practice. So lower down over your knees with your arms down by your sides, or feeling free to take your knees wide and reaching your arms forward. Just lay here for a few breaths. Start to ease off a little bit, release the energy from the moon salutations. Notice if they've made you feel a little more calm. then gently lift your head. Start to walk your hands back up and move back up to a tabletop pose, hands and knees. So from here we're going to come into a nice deep hamstring opening stretch. So we're stepping our right foot through between the hands, straightening that right leg. You can point your toes up here or you can leave the foot flat on the mat. We're going to lower down into half monkey, half Uttanasana. So walk your hands forward and just lower down. We're just looking for a comfortable stretch along your right hamstring. So try not to go too deep, just to keep it safe and comfortable for your body. And if you still want to bring a little bit of flowing to this part of the practice, you can inhale, look forward, and exhale, look down a few times. Or you can just stay with the forward fold over your leg. And then we'll lift the head up, gently walk the hands back, bring your knees back together and step your left leg through. Again, straightening that left leg, either pointing the toes up or just leaving the foot flat on the mat. And we're exhaling just to gently walk the hands forward, and again, just fold forward over that left leg. Looking for the same stretch here that we felt on the other side, but not worrying if it feels slightly different. As long as there's no pain. If there is any pain, bend your knee or come out of the stretch altogether. So just releasing all that no longer serves us here. Lifting the head, hands will just gently walk back up. We're bringing our knees back together here and just turning forward to face the side of our mats, getting ready for one gate pose on each side. So hands come into the hips and our right leg is stepping out to the sides. Bringing our arms out to shoulder height. And then we're exhaling, sliding the right hand down the right leg, lifting the left arm up and over. So a nice inner thigh stretch here, also a nice stretch along our left side body. And again, just bringing the focus to releasing here. Releasing all that no longer serves you. Inhale up. Switch sides, bringing your right knee back in, taking your left leg back out. Arms out to shoulder height once again. And exhale, sliding the left hand down, bringing the right arm up and over. And again, just a gentle few breaths here as we let those stretches happen in our bodies. Inhale, bring ourselves back up, bring the knees back together, and then turning forward here, moving back to the hands and knees. We'll come into a gentle pigeon pose on each side. So start to move your left knee forward, and just pop the knee next to the left wrist. See if you can bring your foot out to the right. And then we're sliding the right leg back, trying to keep the hips level here. If they're not, then put a block or some support like a cushion or blanket underneath the lifted up hip. And we should just be feeling just a gentle stretch along the back of our left hip here. So you might just want to stay here, or you can inhale, take a lift with the chest. And exhale, just gently walk yourself down, either onto the forearms or lower all the way down, head to the hands, and rest there. So just feeling that deep stretch in your left hip. If this stretch is too deep, then just bring the foot a little closer in towards the body. And if the stretch is not deep enough, then feel free to experiment with moving the foot slightly further away from your body. But only do this if your hip has the mobility to do so. And always just listen to your body, making sure the stretch feels comfortable and not painful. We'll lift our heads, come back up onto your hands if you're not already there, and just walk yourself back upright. And we'll switch sides, so just moving your left knee back next to the right knee. And then other side, so right knee comes forward, place it next to your right wrist, and again just see if you can move your foot out to the left. Then left leg just slides back, our hips lower towards the mat. Again, doesn't matter if they touch the mat or not, as long as they're level with each other. If not, just find some support for the lifted hip. Take an inhale here, and then if you're coming forwards, exhale, just start to walk your hands down, either to the forearms or just lower down, head to the hands. And again, just looking for that same stretch that we felt on the other side. But don't worry if it feels different, as it's really normal for one side to feel different than the other. Lift your heads, start to walk yourself back upright again, and just come and sit back on the heels. Bring your legs out in front, and we'll come to lie down on our backs. Just taking one final posture in today's practice, we'll come into a reclined goddess pose. So just bring your feet together and let your knees fall out to either side. Reach your arms up, clasp the hands together, let your elbows fall out to the sides, and bring the head onto the hands. So it's almost like we're sunbathing in a really strange position. So just let gravity take hold of your knees here. And you'll notice just a very slight inner thigh stretch. Just feel free to close the eyes and just gently breathe. Just notice any worries or stresses just start to melt away here. Just practice some mindfulness, some pratyahara, as we just find a safe haven in ourselves and not let any external distractions disrupt our feeling of peace here. And then we'll release from the posture. Come to lie down on your back here. You might want to grab something warm to put on your body as you might start to cool down. And we'll come down to Shavasana, lie on our backs. You can lie with your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. And just feel your feet drop out to the sides. Or any other position that you feel is comfy. It doesn't have to look like the traditional Shavasana pose. Just start to slow the breath. Slow the mind. Close the eyes. And feel free to stay here for as long as you like. I have a guided relaxation meditation on my channel which you can use to guide you through the Shavasana, or you can just simply lie here in silence with yourself. I'll link the guided meditation in this video, and I hope you enjoyed your practice with me today. I hope it's helped you harness the energy of the full moon. Blessed be.